Hi friends, welcome to the garden. We are outside and we are going to be picking some sweet potatoes. Fingers crossed we actually have any. Because guys, if you look at this sweet potato bush, let me bring you in. These poor things were annihilated. See, all the leaves have been chewed off and eaten. And that all happened because of iguanas. Iguanas are an invasive species in South Florida, and this is the kind of damage that they're creating. They do this with basically all the vegetation that we have that's native to the area. They have no natural predators, and they're eroding a lot of the canal banks where homes back up to, things like that. So they're causing a lot of damage, and this is just a really small example of what that looks like. Now, we took care of the iguana problem, but now we need to harvest these potatoes because there's no leaves left, barely any leaves left on it. And if we're gonna have any sweet potatoes, now would be the time to remove them. It's unfortunate, but it happens. So let's pull them up and see what we find. All right friends, so we are getting ready to tear this up. The trash can is off to the side there. You don't want to compost sweet potato vines. Wherever the vine touches dirt, you will have roots grow, and that's where your sweet potatoes grow because they're tubers. So you do not want to compost your sweet potato vines, or else your compost bin will become a sweet potato bin. So we're not going to be composting them. And if I had chickens, I would feed my chickens, but I don't have chickens because Miami-Dade County does not allow you to have chickens in this area. So let's get to work. Can't really see anything there. Hold on.
White fly.
Yep, we got white fly galore.
COVID masks are good for something.
Yeah, we are masking up because not COVID, but they're covered in white fly, and those are tiny, tiny, tiny little flies, and you can breathe them in, and it's hazardous. So rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so let's see, that's what we're getting, little guys. All right, let's just pick up what's on the top. All right, friends, this is Bob. Why do I call it Bob? It's actually a funny story. So a while back, we had a roof leak, a pretty prominent roof leak, and we had to replace our roof and everything. But I had a bunch of water come down into the kitchen, and every time it rained, oh yeah, good call. I was gonna put the dirt in there.
With holes?
No, inside the bucket. All right. So every time it rained, we'd have to put the bucket under the hole in the roof. And I figured since it was there all the time, I might as well name it. So I named it Bob. So now every bucket is called Bob.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're gonna move that.
Ooh, you actually got potatoes. Oh my god, I'm so surprised. They're a little wonky shaped, but that's okay. They're still food. What? Dude, we got potatoes. All right, we're gonna go do this.
We're gonna move.
We're gonna move.
Because I'm Gen X. I grew up watching DuckTales. Work smarter, not harder.
You want me to lift this?
Yeah.
There you go.
Give it to me. There you go.
Wait for me, I'm coming too.
You ever move that?
Yeah.
And we're in the shade now.
Okay.
Once again, we're smarter, not harder. You gotta take all of it off.
Yeah, hang on, I'm just helping you set
You
it
gotta
down.
take all of it off.
It's time for a new bag. Wasn't prepared. Okay. Okay. Alright guys, so we got like a third of a bob of potatoes. Yeah, it's about a third.
Third of a bob?
Yeah, third of a bob.
5-gallon bucket.
So bob is a 5-gallon bucket again. But see, we have some good sized ones in there. Now we've got to set them to cure. And that's going to take about 3 weeks.
Before you move on.
So
Fix this.
let's clean this up and get this ready. Can you take Bob over there?
Get that ready for rain.
Mm-hmm. Alright guys, so this is what we ended up with potato wise. It wasn't the crazy large harvest you see for some people, but considering that we grew these in two 20-gallon pots, I think we did pretty decent. And the fact that they got ravaged by iguanas, I think a lot of these could have been a lot bigger. Unfortunately, we had to make a call because we were running out of leaves because of the iguanas. So if you don't have leaves for the trees to absorb the sunlight, you don't have plants that are growing, you don't have tubers that are growing, so they'll just rot. And we made the call, and I'm happy with this. So these guys are gonna sit out here and dry, and then in about a couple of hours we'll dust them off from any excess dirt and then put them inside to cure. And I'll show you guys what that curing process looks like. Okay friends, so I have this storage unit and I have this countertop here in my storage unit with like a little kitchen storage as well. And I've just lined the countertop with some paper towels. I just want to keep it clean and easy cleanup later on. And I'm putting down the sweet potatoes on here. And I'm trying to keep them from touching each other. And I'm keeping the biggest ones together. So the reason you want to do this, sweet potatoes, when they first come out of the ground, are not going to taste like anything. They're not going to be sweet at all. So you need them to cure, and they cure by staying warm in a warm, dark place for 2 to 3 weeks. So that's what we're doing right now. Just covering them up, or putting them down here, spreading them out as much as possible, even the little guys. You want them, right now they're extremely starchy, and you want that starch to start breaking down and become sugar. That's what gets you that sweetness, is the starches breaking down. So this is a really warm spot for us. I do have a fan that circulates the air. Okay, perfect. And then now I'm just gonna cover them up with the paper towels. You could use a regular towel. Anything that you have readily available to you is perfectly fine. You just want to keep them dark and covered and away from any excess moisture. So the idea is to put them in a spot that is warm. I mean 85 degrees or up, and humid. Humidity is extremely important. Like we're talking 90% humidity. I'm in Florida, I don't really have an issue with humidity. But if you do, you would want to, like if you're much further north and you want and you have much drier air, a lot of people will put a bucket of water or use a humidifier for it. I know I'm using a lot of paper towels, but I'd rather this than a regular towel. Just makes the cleanup a lot easier. So I covered them up on the front end, on the back end. You want to keep them away from the light so they don't sprout slips. Leave them covered like that. Alright friends, so these guys are going to stay here for about 2 weeks. You could do up to 3 weeks, but no more than 3 weeks. After that, you can take them into the house, keep them in a cardboard box, out of the light. The idea is to keep them out of bright daylight. They will start to sprout slips, so you don't want to do that. Just keep them somewhere in a cardboard box, tucked away, and they'll last for months if you take care of them properly. But this is the important part right here, is letting them sit here and cure for 2 to 3 weeks. Now I'm gonna do 2 weeks because it is a little bit warmer than 85 degrees inside here. We are in mid-August in South Florida, so it's warm. But I do have the appropriate humidity. I will come and check on them after a week, take a peek, make sure nobody is sprouting any slips or anything like that, so I can make appropriate adjustments after that. But for right now, I would like to thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. As soon as these sweet potatoes are done, I'm gonna pop a few of them out, make a delicious dish, and share with you guys exactly how I do it. But for right now, thank you so much for your likes, for your subscribes, all the support that you give, and all the comments that I get. I really appreciate every single one of you every single day. You have no idea. And I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of my day. Have a wonderful day, guys. Hugs and kisses to all of you.